The biggest AI story today is not just that a frontier model got stronger, it is that the new frontier model ships with a gate. If you are building with these systems, the question is no longer just whether the model can do the work, it is whether you can actually route the work there. On June 9th, Anthropic launched Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5. Fable 5 is the version most developers can use. Mythos 5 is the stronger, trusted access version, aimed first at approved partners through Project Glasswing. That split matters because Anthropic is not only selling capability, it is selling a controlled version of capability. The company says Fable 5 and Mythos 5 share the same underlying model, but Fable adds safeguards around areas like cybersecurity and biology. Anthropic says those safeguards can sometimes catch harmless requests, and its developer docs describe how refusals and fallback behavior work inside the API. So for anyone building with these tools, the question is no longer only which model is smartest. The question becomes, which version can I access? What happens when it refuses? What model handles the fallback? What data retention rules apply? And how much will that route cost?
Anthropic's docs put real shape around that. Claude Fable 5 is generally available through the Claude API and major cloud platforms. Claude Mythos 5 is limited availability. The docs list a 1 million token context window by default, up to 128,000 output tokens per request, and pricing at $10 per million input tokens and $50 per million output tokens. The Fable page also says the model requires 30-day data retention for safety monitoring. That is a product fact now, not fine print. For some teams, that may be acceptable. For others, it changes where the model can be used. This is the new AI stack: model capability, access policy, fallback behavior, retention, and price, all tied together.
And the second part of the story is the infrastructure behind it. The same week, Broadcom, Apollo, and Blackstone announced a new AI XPV platform. The first tranche is a $35 billion transaction tied to more than 1 gigawatt of Anthropic compute infrastructure. The broader platform is designed to enable more than 20 gigawatts of capacity through 2028 for frontier labs, including Anthropic and OpenAI. Those are announced targets, not finished deployment, but they make the direction clear. The frontier race is moving from a software contest into a capital, power, and supply chain contest. The best model is not enough if the compute pipeline cannot scale behind it.
That is why today feels different from a normal model launch day. Anthropic is showing the access control version of the future. Broadcom is showing the financing version of the future. Google shows the product side of the same shift. Gemini 3.5 Live Translate is rolling out across Google Translate, developer APIs, and Google Meet previews. Google says it can deliver near real-time speech-to-speech translation across more than 70 languages while staying only a few seconds behind the speaker. That is the other path for frontier AI. Not another model name, but a feature that handles a real task inside products people already use. Apple is taking a similar platform route, but with a more staged rollout. At WWDC 26, Apple previewed the next generation of Apple Intelligence and Siri AI across iOS, iPadOS, macOS, watchOS, and visionOS. But the rollout has limits. Some features start in developer testing, public beta comes later. Siri AI depends on platform, language, region, and device, and China is excluded while Apple works through regulatory requirements. That is another reminder. AI capability is not the same as AI access. Microsoft and KPMG show the enterprise version of the same pattern. Their Agent 365 and Copilot expansion is built around manage, monitor, secure, and control. KPMG says the rollout applies across a global workforce of more than 276,000 professionals. That is the useful point for enterprises. Agents only scale when companies can supervise them. That is the practical takeaway from today. The next phase of AI is not one leaderboard. It is a set of practical gates around the leaderboard. Who gets the most capable version? Which requests get routed away? What data is retained? Who pays for the compute? Who can monitor the agents once they are inside the business? If you are choosing an AI platform now, the model score is only the first line of the decision. The real decision is whether the access rules, infrastructure, controls, and price
fit the work you are actually trying to do. That is the shift. AI is getting stronger, but the useful question is whether you can actually use it. So here is the field question. What blocks your AI work first? Access, compute, or governance? Drop your take in the comments. If this helped you see where AI is headed, subscribe to the AI Field Report. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next one.